Opening statement.
Sure. Wow, what a phenomenal tournament. We had a lot of fun here. Thanks, Kyle, and to the Big South and Liberty. You know, this is a great event, and we appreciate all the hard work that everybody puts into it, both on the ground here on campus and then also the Big South. It's first class. And we love staying here till the last day. And, you know, as I said yesterday, we were blessed to have this opportunity to come in and compete for our third straight championship. We didn't win our third straight championship, but I think there's something to be said for a team who starts out 0-7 versus our Division I opponents and really turns that around, finishes third in the conference, which is the third highest finish that we've ever had in our women's basketball program history. And then to come in here and make it to a semifinal, a final. And obviously the result, there's many things that went into that in terms of the basketball piece. I just talked to the girls about that briefly. That's not really the crux of what my message was to them. My message was to them their growth and the heart of this team. It may be bigger than the teams that actually won the championship. It may be bigger, which that's a hard thing to do. But how much you guys have grown and the love they have for each other, it just makes my job really, really fun. And I just love coming to work every day. So I appreciate my team. I really appreciate my team for that, and each and every one of those girls on the team. And my staff has been incredible this year, just rock solid, and I really appreciate them. To Liberty, I thought they had a great game plan. And they just played tough. I mean, they're a very good team. They were conference champions for a reason. I thought they did a good job on the glass. I should probably say they did an exceptional job on the glass. And we knew coming into the game that if we didn't rebound and box out, that was going to be an issue. So there's certainly some things we could have done better on the basketball end. And then, you know, our shots just weren't falling. You know, I thought Jessica Wall had a few good looks. We were open off of our ball screen action for the jumpers, and they just didn't fall. And we didn't crash the glass. So I've really got to tip my hat to Kerry Green. Really, he did an outstanding job coaching this season. You know, he was not picked to win the league. They end up winning the league. They got a young bunch, you know, which is kind of scary for next year, but that'll be fun. That's why we play the game. I'm excited already to play them again and maybe we'll play them twice. I hope in the new format. I think this is a great rivalry, UNC Asheville Liberty, and they got us this time, and we'll hope we'll be back here next year. Maybe it's against them, but we definitely want to make it to Sunday. We want to make it to Championship Sunday just as we did this year due to the hard work, dedication, and really just love for each other that our team has.
We'll take questions for Kyla right now.
Kyla, after that hot start, you're up 10-2. What changed?
I think it's just basketball. It's a game of runs. You have momentum. Some teams go on runs. Some other teams go on runs, and that's just the game.
When Liberty absorbed your first punch and then started attacking, did you feel like Liberty just chipped away at that momentum, and when they finally and that Reagan's three-pointer near the end of the first half, was that really a big momentum swing?
I think, like I said, it's just a game of runs. Of course, that was a momentum sweep, but it's just the game, and that's why we play it, and that's why we love it. You never know who's hot, and they did really well today.
Obviously, it's bittersweet, kind of like what we talked about yesterday, but knowing how you won 9 straight tournament games, you have 2 championships, 1 runner-up trophy, just how special, just as a quick thought after, how special has this whole thing been to you, individually and as your team?
It's very. Hold on.
You're good. Take 2. Yeah. All right.
You're fine.
All right. I hope y'all can cut and do all that.
Yeah, edit this.
Edit,
we can't,
please.
but don't worry. Yeah, so don't say anything too bad.
Of course it's special, but like besides the X and O's, like our team is very special, of course on the court, but I wish like everyone could get to know our team off the court. We might have to cut it short. Hold on.
You're good. You're good. You're doing good.
But just really blessed to be around our girls. God is good. Injury-free.
Yeah.
Gosh. Oh, he's good. Just a great group.
Any more questions for Kyla? Thank you, Kyla. Appreciate it very much.
Thank
Thanks,
everybody.
Kyla. Great job. Good job.
We'll take questions for Coach now.
Reed only had 4 shots. Was that by design, or was that because of foul trouble, or did Liberty just do a good job, making sure she got denied? And
Well, now you know that wasn't by design. Or I shouldn't be here, right? No, that was not by design. I think Liberty did a great job on them. I think, Bree, third game in 3 days, we're at third game in 3 days, asking a lot of her, But I thought they did a good job. They're big, and they're a little bit bigger than us on the perimeter. I thought we missed her a couple of times, that we could have worked and gotten the ball to her. And I think also something that limited her attempts was not many minutes in the first half. She got 2 fouls that were a little bit tough. And so she knows she's got to stay out of foul trouble. So that hurt us a little bit. But, Bree's had an exceptional season. Of course, being a first teamer, and she wasn't even on anybody's radar really. Wasn't a preseason all-conference pick. I nominated her, so she really earned that. I think embracing a new role this year, because we had KJ Weaver last year, and Bree had to step into her shoes and not only score for us but defend. I'm really going to miss Bree. So no, it was not by design. I think I'll credit Liberty to that, and we could have done it. There's always things I can do better to get her the basketball. I'm sure that some of that falls on my shoulders, and I'll know more when I look at the film. But I'm really going to miss Bree. I'm glad you asked about her.
You were in good shape with Green and Baker, both the 2 fouls in the first half. But how big was Nene Johnson, number 3, coming in and having that type of steadying performance in the first half to really help Liberty get back into the
Yeah, Nene's a special kid. I like her. I got a chance to speak with her before our last game up here, and she came up to me and she said she wanted to be a coach. And that makes her special, not just because she wants to be a coach, but the fact that she approached me and said, hey, what's your name? And can I get to know you a little bit better? Because I think I want to coach after this. And I thought, that's a lot of guts to come up to the opposing head coach before the game and start a conversation. And that really, struck a chord with me. She's got a lot of fire and energy, similar to the Crowder kid, Tatiana Crowder. I think she's got a lot of fire and energy. And I think when those two started playing more minutes, in my opinion, that sort of changed the trajectory even of their season, and they had the hot hand. That's contagious. When you're feeling good about your shots, that's happened to us before in some of our successful situations. So Nene's shots were big. I thought the one you mentioned with Molly Reagan coming in, that's embracing your role. She doesn't get a whole lot of minutes. She comes in, knocks down a big 3, and they covered their teammates. Kian was out, Ashton was out, but they stepped up and covered a little bit better than we did tonight.
You mentioned the offensive rebounding in your opening statement. How big was that in Liberty getting back into the game, especially when you guys were limiting their shots, and then Bridget Redstick comes in, gets a couple offensive rebounds,
Yeah.
really extends it. Sellers does the same thing. It seemed like their entire team was getting in on the offensive glass.
Right. I think that's what kept us certainly from extending our lead when we had the momentum in the first and second quarters. That was the main thing we talked about. I believe at halftime they had 23, 13 of those were second chance points. I thought we were doing a pretty good job defending their action. We didn't do as good of a job in the second half, just defending them and their offensive sets, but I thought the first half it was pretty good. But you've got to defend for 30 seconds, and you've got to keep them off the glass. And I can't say enough about Liberty's ability to rebound. And I think statistically, we're right up there. We're both in the top 2 in defensive and offensive rebounding. I think Radford was up there as well. That's probably why that we finished 1, 2, and 3. I think rebounding is huge. Rebounding is huge, and that's probably not a coincidence that the best rebounding teams were some of the last ones standing.
And in the second half, when Liberty's building that lead and using 60 seconds at a time off the clock when they get an offensive rebound, how much did that just wear you guys?
Oh, yeah. They had control of the tempo. And again, for both teams, again, they played 3 games in 3 days as well. We're not, last year we played an extra one, but not this year. It was huge. They controlled tempo very well. Again, you've got to keep them off the glass. Got to keep them off the glass. One tough shot. And then that also, when you keep them from scoring, they can't get into their 1-2-2. And although we weren't turning it over a ton, we only had 10 turnovers, it slowed us down. We like to run in transition a little bit more than we did tonight. And because we were giving them second shots, they were making buckets, they were in the 1-2-2, we were slowed down. We got 47 shots, they got 56.
2 more questions?
Yeah, sure.
We'll get Brian first.
Okay.
You go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
What you got?
Finishes like these are always hard to take in. What was your message to the girls after this?
Yeah, that was tough. I'm still processing it myself. I really just went, this is not the moment to talk about the missed box outs and, kind of the, transition defense and such, some easy buckets that we gave them. There is that. And I did say, yeah, sure, there's some basketball things we could have done better. We know it. They know it. I mean, they wouldn't be where they are if they didn't know how to play the game and then where the faults lie. We just didn't have the ability to adjust and correct. We didn't have it within us. So my message was really just celebrate who you are, this team. And again, they're a great group of girls. And no matter what the situation, the hardware is great. That we all want it. But I'm telling you, I've had 2 of these. I wanted a third one, and if I'd have won today, I would be already thinking about the 4th one. Probably because my AD, Janet, would have been texting. I don't know what she would come up with. What do you call it, a 4-peat? Well, I don't have to worry about it. We can go skip a year. I don't know what she's going to come up with, but it's never enough. The results are never going to be enough. So what are you doing during that process? Of course we want to compete and win, but what did you do this year as individuals in terms of development and as a group together? And I'm telling you, they're sisters. And again, that's why I'm proud of them. I don't want to take home that smaller trophy. It's nice, but I'm still glad we have it, and it's something to celebrate and not hang our heads on. So I told them that.
Obviously, these last 3 years have been program changing and very unique, and each year has been so unique. But kind of like what we were talking about Kyla and with Bree, just when you're thinking about them, what's the true impact that they've had on the program?
Well, I think Kyla and Bree, let's talk about the basketball piece. They're incredible basketball players. One of the best guards and one of the best posts that'll ever play in the program. Secondly, I think they have also been sponges to the leadership that's been ahead of them. Back to our first championship, Paige Love, Tyler Smith. Back to last year's championship, 4 seniors on the team. 2 of them couldn't participate in conference play with ACL tears. 2 of them were